Chandra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare. So I'll continue reading from this next paragraph. The actual devotees of the Lord. The actual devotees of the Lord are always in disagreement with the Mayavadi philosophers. Impersonalism cannot possibly represent eternity, bliss, and knowledge. Being situated in perfect knowledge of liberation, the Mayavadis, being situated in imperfect knowledge of liberation, the Mayavadis decry the eternity, knowledge, and bliss of the devotees as materialism. Because they reject devotional service, they are unintelligent and unable to understand the effects of devotional service. The word jugglery they use in an attempt to amalgamate knowledge, the knowable and the knower, simply proves that they are unintelligent. So, something that is impersonal, that is not a person, how can we identify it with bliss or something that has no personality, that is impersonal, can have knowledge, complete knowledge? It is contradictory to each other. So, the Mayavadis, they are situated in imperfect knowledge of liberation. They consider that they have perfect knowledge of how to be liberated. But actually, Mahaprabhu is confirming here that this is their knowledge, the Mayavadis, their knowledge is imperfect. And the devotees, they consider the supreme form of the Lord as being Sat Chit Anand Vigraha, and therefore they serve the Lord with devotional services. And this, the Mayavadis, they consider it to be a materialism. Mayavadis, they believe that they should take sannyas, they should study the Vedanta and the Vedanta Sutra. The sannyasis should not cook, and the sannyasis should not this chanting and dancing is a material activity, singing is a material activity, therefore kirtanam and dancing for the Lord, they consider it to be materialism, therefore they reject devotional service. Actually singing for the Lord, dancing for the Lord, for the pleasure of the Lord, for the Lord means for the pleasure of the Lord. Devotional service means any service that is done in accordance with the Shastric injunctions. What is Shastric injunctions? They are the instructions of the Lord. It is the heart of the Lord, the words of the Lord, the Supreme Lord, Krishna. So anything done in accordance to that for the pleasure of the Lord. But if something is done according to Shastra, but it is not giving pleasure to the Lord, then that devotional service, then it is not really devotional service. It is done to satisfy self ego. Now, um, how can we understand that? For example, somebody is singing kirtan. Somebody is singing kirtan, but there is a hidden motive behind it that they want to show off how beautifully they can sing. They are doing lot of harkat and singing in melodious tunes, and lot of musical instruments are being played, and everybody is dancing and thinking, wow, this kirtan is so nice. But the music and the melody are such that it is taking away the attention from the actual thing, that is the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra itself. The Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is the most important and the only important part of the kirtan. Even if the tune is horrible, but if everybody's attention and focus is on the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, then that kirtan is perfect. but given everything, but the focus is going out of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, then that kirtan is not kirtan, because it is not for the pleasure of the Lord. It is to satisfy one's self uh, sense gratification, so that people can praise me. Similarly, any activity which is actually devotional service, cooking for the Lord, devotees, they cook for the Lord, for the pleasure of the Lord, that my Krishna will eat it, my deities will eat it, my Srila Prabhupada will accept the remnants of the Lord, my spiritual master, my Guru Maharaj will accept this prasad, and let them be pleased. Let us get their remnants. This is perfect consciousness. But if somebody is thinking, I want to cook very nicely, secretly they're also going and tasting if the salt is fine or not, if the sugar is fine or not. Why? Because many devotees are going to eat it. So the taste should be perfect. And taste will be perfect. The devotees will glorify me that, wow, you have cooked such a nice thing. Ulterior motive is, I want my glorification. It is not for the pleasure of the Lord. It is for my personal pleasure. This, this is not, this is contaminated service. So again, coming back to devotional service. So therefore, the devotees, they believe that the form of the Lord, Satchidananda Vigraha, and they perform devotional service. But this unintelligent Mayavadis, they consider all of these activities, the cooking for the Lord, singing, kirtan for the Lord, dancing for the pleasure of the Lord. Srila Prabhupada's one of Srila Prabhupada's very exemplary devotee, disciple, and most of us have heard about her. Maybe some of you have not heard the glories of Her Grace Ladini Mataji. She used to dance for the pleasure of Jagannath, and when she used to dance in Kirtan for Jagannath, even if it was for hours, 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever the time may be, her eyes were stuck on Lord Jagannath. She would never look anywhere else while dancing for Lord Jagannath, because she was dancing only for the pleasure of Lord Jagannath, and she did not care about anything. So when she used to dance for in the kirtan, she would like her focus, her attention, um, what to say, like fully fixed, her eyes would be fully fixed, fixated on Lord Jagannath, because she was dancing for the pleasure of Lord Jagannath. So that is pure devotional service. But these Mayavadis, they will not understand this. So they think that this dancing, kirtan, all this is materialism. So they reject devotional service. They are unintelligent and they are unable to understand the effects of devotional service. When somebody is dancing for pleasure of Lord Jagannath is getting pleasure. He is also fixated on looking at Her Grace Ladini Mataji. But the unintelligent Mayavadis will not understand. The word jugglery they use in an attempt to amalgamate knowledge, the knowable and the knower, simply proves that they are unintelligent. Amalgamate this knowledge. Who is the knowable and who is the knower? I mean, what is knowable and who is the knower? They amalgamate this knowledge. Interpret, misinterpret. The doctrine of, so knower is there is Kshetragya. So Krishna is the supreme knower of all the fields. What knowable means? The field. Field is what? The body or the living entity. That is the field that is to be understood. And who is the knower? We are individual knowers. We can understand little bit about our body. Still not fully, because we have limited intelligence. Everything is limited. So therefore we understand, but to a limitation. But Krishna knows all the details about all the bodies. So he is the knower of all the fields that is there, that exists. But these unintelligent Mayavadis, they do word jugglery and they concoct all this knowledge. And then they say that once we leave our body, we will become the knower of all the bodies. Like that. So they are unintelligent. The doctrine of byproducts is the real purport of the beginning of the Vedanta Sutra. The Lord possesses innumerable, unlimited energies, and he displays the byproducts of these energies in different ways. So innumerable energies, and all these innumerable energies are unlimited. And the Supreme Lord Krishna, he displays the byproducts of these energies. So these energies are emanating from the Lord, and these byproducts are coming from these energies. So in different ways they are displayed, they are manifested. But everything is under his control. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is also the Supreme Controller, and he is manifested in innumerable energies and expansions. In the second or the third chapter, in the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, we read about, for 2 chapters, I think, 3 chapters, continuously we read about the various energies, the innumerable energies of the Lord and the expansions of the Lord. And our heads started spinning when we were reading about the expansions of the Lord. They are innumerable, they are unlimited. It keeps expanding, there is expansion of the Lord, there is expansions of the expansions of the Lord, there is expansion of the expansion of the expansions of the Lord. So such is the Supreme Lord, but he is the Supreme Controller. Everything is under his control, and and nothing gets deducted from his absolute potency. He remains as it is. So therefore, he simply manifests all these things. He manifests various energies and expansions, but he doesn't change. He remains as it is, which the Mayavadis will not understand. Mayavadis means we should know that anybody, it doesn't matter which sect of society they belong to, anyone who thinks that the Supreme Lord does not have a form and devotional service is foolishness, this dancing for the Lord, for the pleasure of the Lord, Kirtan is materialism, we should know they are all under Mayavad philosophy, and irrespective of what religion or what they follow, they all come under Mayavadis. So with that, we come to the end of chapter 25. And chapter 26, the Bhattacharya is converted. So Krishna willing, we'll start this chapter tomorrow. We'll continue from this chapter tomorrow. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for your kind association. Vanchakalpatriyascha, Kripa Sindhuvevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री श्रीमद जय पताका स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय। जगत लीला प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय
गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि
हरि हरि बोल।